What's up, cool people? Welcome to another study stream Saturday. Sorry for a little bit of a delay. Between the physical therapy that I've started kind of recently and just getting into a little bit of heated discussion on the internet. Yeah, I wound up running a little later than normal. But anyway, I'm here. We've definitely got time to get through the Bible study. And I'm also thinking, well, you could probably read the title of the stream. I've gotten to a point where I'm a little stuck on Earth Defense Force, so gonna try and do a little more grinding, so to speak, to get more health. I also might have figured something else out, but I'll wait until I actually get to that game before I talk about what that thing is. Anywho, yeah. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure I put my phone on vibrate. Yeah, phone is on vibrate, so that's all good. I think we are otherwise good to go. So, let me make sure I pop out the kick chat to a different spot, just so, like, it's not in the way. Well, so I can see it while I'm doing the Bible study, but also it's not, like, in the way of a bunch of stuff. So anyway. Okay. Moving on to the Bible study portion. So we're going to be going through Deuteronomy chapters 27 and 28. There will be a slight pause in between the chapters because of the video recordings that I'll be doing. Holy cow, chapter 28's kind of long. I'm going to want to do a lot less explaining or just talking about thoughts compared to what I have been doing. So yeah, especially with that second chapter in mind, I might want to get started on this. So here we go. All right, so we are looking at Deuteronomy chapter 27 right now. We went through just a litany of different laws on things for a fair number of chapters there, really. But now it seems like we might be getting into some stuff that's more specific to the actual, like, moment of when Moses is speaking to the Israelites here. So, just for context, this is just before they go into the Promised Land, basically. And Moses is saying, all right, here's what you need to do when you're there, how you should live, and all that kind of stuff. This seems more so, I don't know. Based on my slight previewing of this chapter before, this might be more just a, like, okay, here's a thing to do at a particular moment. Not necessarily, like, a law to keep in mind in perpetuity or anything like that. But anyway, I digress. Here we go. Deuteronomy 27. Then Moses and the leaders of Israel gave this charge to the people. Obey all these commands that I am giving you today. When you cross the Jordan River and enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, set up some large stones and coat them with plaster. Write this whole body of instruction on them when you cross the river to enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, a land flowing with milk and honey, just as the Lord, the God of your ancestors, promised you. When you cross the Jordan, set up these stones at Mount Ebal and coat them with plaster, as I am commanding you today. Okay, so they're supposed to set up large stones and coat them with plaster. Write this whole body of instruction. So, like, all these commands that Moses has been giving them, they're supposed to put on these stones? It seems like quite a lot. Unless it's supposed to just be, like, kind of the broader outline sort of stuff. Because there's some parts that have been, like, really, really specific and detailed, and other parts that have more just been like, all right, here's sort of a summary of a bunch of these different commands that I gave you already. Or it could have just been like sort of the original covenant with the 10 commandments and such that they were supposed to write on there. I don't know. It, like, when it says this whole body of instruction, I'm not 100% sure what it means on that. But still, they're supposed to set up stones, cover them with plaster, and write, the commandments from God on there. And that's after they cross the Jordan River. But, like, seemingly directly after. Anyway, then we move on to verse 5. Then build an altar there to the Lord your God, using natural uncut stones. You must not shape the stones with an iron tool. Build the altar of uncut stones, and use it to offer burnt offerings to the Lord your God. Also sacrifice peace offerings on it, and celebrate by feasting there before the Lord your God. You must clearly write all these instructions on the stones coated with plaster. Oh, so when it says this whole body of instruction, is it maybe supposed to be what is being said, like, now in this moment here in chapter 27 and potentially a little bit following? Maybe, because now it's also including specifically this part with verses 5 through 7, and then saying you must clearly write all these instructions on the stones. But besides that, they're also supposed to set up an altar, give some offerings there to kind of mark the occasion of entering the promised land. And then verse 9. Then Moses and the Levitical priests addressed all Israel as follows. O Israel, be quiet and listen. Today you have become the people of the Lord your God. So you must obey the Lord your God by keeping all these commands and decrees that I am giving you today. Weren't they already the people of the Lord? I'm just saying, like, although, I don't know. Again, I say again because I've said this with previous chapters, but, like, the repetition, again, is coming into play because they want to hammer home the point, make it easier to remember, because they're not necessarily going to have it directly in front of them all the time. But I suppose it could also be saying that, this specific generation of Israelites is now, like, officially declared God's people, even though the generation before them was kind of already declared such, maybe. But anyway, and again, with keeping all the commands, like, that's come across a whole bunch of times. Again, probably just driving home the importance of all of this and following these commands. Because, like, that's kind of what God's expecting of them. Okay. Now we get to a bit of a different section about curses from Mount Ebal. I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah. That's where it mentioned to set up the stones with the plaster. So, connected with the previous stuff. But anyway, verse 11. That same day, Moses also gave this charge to the people. When you cross the Jordan River, the tribes of Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Joseph, and Benjamin must stand at Mount Gerizim to proclaim a blessing over the people. And the tribes of Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali must stand on Mount Ebal to proclaim a curse. Okay. Blessing and curse. I would say balancing things out, but it's probably more so going to be blessings related to God's people and curses related to other people groups, and or blessings and curses related to the keeping of God's commands. But yeah, so basically half the Israelites-ish on one mountain and the other half-ish on a different mountain, which I think both of those mountains were kind of like on separate sides of a valley, but I might be wrong on that. Anyway. Sorry. Okay. So then we get to verse 14. Then the Levites will shout to all the people of Israel, "Cursed is anyone who carves or casts an idol and secretly sets it up. These idols, the work of craftsmen, are detestable to the Lord." And all the people will reply, "Amen." Okay, so the Levites are shouting all this. But weren't in the tribe of Levi supposed to be on Mount Gerizim? Or maybe it's... I don't know. I'm not going to dwell on that for too long. But, okay, so Levites are saying this stuff that's following here. Also, this sounds a lot like one of the Ten Commandments. I honestly forget which one it is. I have a hard time remembering the exact sequence of which command comes where in the Ten Commandments. But, like, don't make any idols. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, verse 16, and I'll get through a few of these, if not the rest, before I say anything more. Cursed is anyone who dishonors father or mother, and all the people will reply, Amen. Cursed is anyone who steals property from a neighbor by moving a boundary marker, and all the people will reply, Amen. Cursed is anyone who leads a blind person astray on the road. Amen. Cursed is anyone who denies justice to foreigners, orphans, or widows. Reply with Amen. Cursed is anyone who has sexual intercourse with one of their father's wives, for he has violated his father. Reply Amen. Cursed is anyone who has sexual intercourse with an animal. Reply Amen. Cursed is anyone who has sexual intercourse with his sister, whether she is the daughter of his father or his mother. And the people reply Amen. Cursed is anyone who has sexual intercourse with his mother-in-law. Reply Amen. Cursed is anyone who attacks a neighbor in secret. And the people reply Amen. Cursed is anyone who accepts payment to kill an innocent person. And the people reply Amen. And cursed is anyone who does not affirm and obey the terms of these instructions. And the people will reply Amen. Okay, so, dishonoring father or mother, again, sounds like one of the Ten Commandments. Stealing property just in general was in line with the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not steal. In this case, it specifically says by moving a boundary marker. But, like, okay, yes. Because that's just, like, kind of... I don't know if subtle is quite the right word, but I can't think of a better one. So, kind of a more subtle way of stealing. Like, you're trying to claim property that is not yours, not by outright just taking the property, but by moving the marker that says which property is whose. Leads a blind person astray on the road. That's just, I mean, like, that's just being a jerk. Why would you do that? Anyone who denies justice to foreigners, orphans, or widows. Because, I mean, these people groups were already generally in a worse situation than the rest of the Israelites would have been living amongst them. So, like, it just possibly compounding their troubles kind of makes it even worse. Definitely for those people. And then we get a bunch of ones about sexual intercourse. One of the father's wives. Okay. Because, I mean, at some point or another, whether current or former wife, like, they're kind of considered a mother figure to you. Plus, I mean, it's like, in a way, you're sort of taking what is your father's, in a sense, like, because, you know, someone doing such a thing would be now claiming that woman as his wife, sort of, despite it formerly being his father's wife. Anyway, no sexual intercourse with animals. Like, it's just weird and wrong anyway. Not with sisters. Okay. Yeah, just having that stuff within near family especially is awkward, weird, and nowadays you run a high possibility of genetic defects and stuff if you do that. One might argue that could be the curse that comes from it. And mother-in-law, again, similar idea to the whole one of the father's wives. Although, I guess mother-in-law meaning wife's mother. But still, you know, there's the idea that when people get married, the two become one. So if you are now one, you are essentially then, like, your mother-in-law, in a way, is just your mother, you know, thinking about it that way. Curses anyone who attacks a neighbor in secret. Like, again, it would seem like just cutting it off at the word neighbor would be kind of understood here, but especially if you do it in secret, you're like, not only are you being sneaky and possibly trying to, you know, do this attack in a dishonorable way to the person being attacked, but you're also trying to, like, hide it from anybody else. So, yeah. Anyway. Anyone who accepts payment to kill an innocent person, the person's innocent. Killing them is wrong in the first place. And anyone who does not affirm and obey the terms of these instructions. Yeah. That's just further, again, driving home the point that, like, hey, all this stuff is important. Follow it. That's why we're going to have it written in a couple of different places. Anyway. So, yeah, I guess that about does it for chapter 27. Just a bunch of, like, hey, yeah, this stuff is bad. Near the end. Okay. Oh, jeez. More comments. So, if you haven't seen, I've posted a few videos recently, not only on YouTube, but also on TikTok and Instagram at the very least, talking about Christian nationalism and why, if you really think about it, it's kind of a bad idea. But there are some people who are trying to defend it. And one or two people in particular are very adamant about it. I'm not going to interrupt this live stream, especially not at this moment, to further follow up on that. That's some of the internet arguing that I've been getting into today and really for the past couple of days. Anywho, okay. I'm just going to move along here so I'm not, like, trying to think about that too much. Great way to start off after I hit record. Okay. So now we're looking at Deuteronomy 28. The last chapter mentioned curses being proclaimed. But, like, I don't know. I guess I would assume this is kind of continuing the idea. It does mention blessings for obedience here. But then there are further curses down below, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to think too much about that and what all the sequence of it could possibly mean. Alright, here we go. In light of that. So, Deuteronomy chapter 28. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully keep all his commands that I am giving you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations of the world. You will experience all these blessings if you obey the Lord your God. Your towns and your fields will be blessed. Your children and your crops will be blessed. The offspring of your herds and flocks will be blessed. Your fruit baskets and breadboards will be blessed. Wherever you go and whatever you do, you will be blessed. Assuming the commands are being followed. Which means it's not just anything, you can't just do whatever you want, it's whatever other things that you do while keeping these commands. Well, yeah. Also, I guess I have to assume this is still the Levites talking, because that, it's still got quotation marks there, and that's who was talking most recently in chapter 27. So, yeah. Good things for people who obey, unsurprisingly. Especially God's people who obey. Towns and fields relate specifically to, I guess, the land that they would occupy. Children and crops are both things that they would grow and sort of raise up. Offspring of herds and flocks, kind of similar, but they might not directly be raising and caring for those as actively as children and crops. Fruit baskets and breadboards, pretty much whatever they would bring in from their harvests is kind of what that covers. And then wherever you go and whatever you do, so like their actions and their, sort of endeavors, so to speak, would also be blessed. So all sorts of different aspects of their livelihood are specifically mentioned as things that would be blessed if they keep God's commands. Okay, so then verse 7. The Lord will conquer your enemies when they attack you. They will attack you from one direction, but they will scatter from you in 7. The Lord will guarantee a blessing on everything you do, and will fill your storehouses with grain. The Lord your God will bless you in the land he is giving you. If you obey the commands of the Lord your God, and walk in his ways, the Lord will establish you as his holy people, as he swore he would do. Then all the nations of the world will see that you are a people claimed by the Lord, and they will stand in awe of you. Okay, so then we get into not only regular life, but also like battle and, any troubles that they would come up against. God's going to take care of that. Fill the storehouses with grain, give them plenty to live off of. Sorry. Give them plenty to live off of for years to come, essentially. And other people standing in awe of them is kind of further... I mean, it's more so that they would stand in awe of the people because of God and what he would do amongst the people. But it might end up being that, some of the surrounding nations would be in awe of the Israelites because those are the people. They're the more visual representation of God in the area. Or at least that's what they were supposed to be. But anyway, chapter's kind of long. I shouldn't spend too much time talking about one specific segment. So, verse 11. The Lord will give you prosperity in the land he swore to your ancestors to give you, blessing you with many children, numerous livestock, and abundant crops. The Lord will send rain at the proper time from his rich treasury in the heavens and will bless all the work you do. You will lend to many nations, but you will never need to borrow from them. If you listen to these commands of the Lord your God that I am giving you today, and if you carefully obey them, the Lord will make you the head and not the tail, and you will always be on top and never at the bottom. You must not turn away from any of the commands I am giving you today, nor follow after other gods and worship them. So, more stuff about, the blessings, numerous children, livestock, crops. That was kind of covered already. Rain at the proper time to make that happen, especially with the crops. Lending to many nations, but not borrowing from them means that they would be rich and have plenty of resources. And then, if you obey, the Lord your God will make you the head and not the tail. That, I assume, is kind of like, almost an allegory. Just basically saying that, they would be leaders of other peoples and not followers of them. And being the top and not the bottom means that they would be, up higher, in a higher standing than other peoples around them, rather than, being at the bottom underneath other people groups and, under their rule or authority. I mean, that's just a way that you could take those phrases that I think kind of hits on the general intent of what's being said here. But anyway. And of course, that all hinges on them obeying God's commands. Now we get to the curse part. Verse 15. But if you refuse to listen to the Lord your God, and do not obey all the commands and decrees I am giving you today, all these curses will come and overwhelm you. Your towns and your fields will be cursed. Your fruit baskets and breadboards will be cursed. Your children and your crops will be cursed. The offspring of your herds and flocks will be cursed. Wherever you go and whatever you do will be cursed. You will be cursed. So yeah, those exact things in there are pretty much the exact same things mentioned here. In fact, yeah, just in a slightly different order. Towns and fields still come first. But some of the other stuff is in a different order. But still, it's the exact same stuff. So it's like, hey, all this stuff that would be good if you follow God's commands, those things are going to be bad if you disobey. Anyway, verse 20, because we still have quite a ways to go. The Lord himself will send on you curses, confusion, and frustration in everything you do, until at last you are completely destroyed for doing evil and abandoning me. The Lord will afflict you with diseases until none of you are left in the land you are about to enter and occupy. The Lord will strike you with wasting diseases, fever, and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, and with blight and mildew. These disasters will pursue you until you die. The skies above will be as unyielding as bronze, and the earth beneath will be as hard as iron. The Lord will change the rain that falls on your land into powder, and dust will pour down from the sky until you are destroyed. Yeah, I'm trying to see if that, again, kind of reflects some of what was said before. It's somewhat related, but not, like, directly the same, like it was in this little section here. So, yeah, curses, confusion, and frustration, so, like, mental troubles, afflict you with diseases, so, like, health troubles, scorching heat and drought, trouble with, crops and food. Yeah. Lots of bad stuff in there. But there's a whole lot more where that came from. Verse 25. The Lord will cause you to be defeated by your enemies. You will attack your enemies from one direction, but you will scatter from them in 7. You will be an object of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. Your corpses will be food for all the scavenging birds and wild animals, and no one will be there to chase them away. The Lord will afflict you with the boils of Egypt, and with tumors, scurvy, and the itch, from which you cannot be cured. The Lord will strike you with madness, blindness, and panic. You will grope around in broad daylight like a blind person groping in the darkness, but you will not find your way. You will be oppressed and robbed continually, and no one will come to save you. Now that stuff sounds a lot like this section up here, but like the opposite of that. The cursed version of that. So yeah, failure in battle and more maladies. Verse 30. You will be engaged to a woman, but another man will sleep with her. You will build a house, but someone else will live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will never enjoy its fruit. Your ox will be butchered before your eyes, but you will not eat a single bite of the meat. Your donkey will be taken from you, never to be returned. Your sheep and goats will be given to your enemies, and no one will be there to help you. You will watch as your sons and daughters are taken away as slaves. Your heart will break for them, but you won't be able to help them. A foreign nation you have never heard about will eat the crops you worked so hard to grow. You will suffer under constant oppression and harsh treatment. You will go mad because of all the tragedy you see around you. The Lord will cover your knees and legs with incurable boils. In fact, you will be covered from head to foot. So, yeah, not only are things going to be just bad for them and difficult, but the things that they even manage to work for will be taken away from them by other people if they disobey. So yeah, it's not even just a, hey, it's going to be bad for you, you're going to have trouble with this stuff. It's like, it's even going a step further and seemingly taking away what little they would have left after all that is made difficult. Anyway, verse 36. The Lord will exile you and your king to a nation unknown to you and your ancestors. There in exile you will worship gods of wood and stone. You will become an object of horror, ridicule, and mockery among all the nations to which the Lord sends you. You will plant much but harvest little, for locusts will eat your crops. You will plant vineyards and care for them, but you will not drink the wine or eat the grapes, for worms will destroy the vines. You will grow olive trees throughout your land, but you will never use the olive oil, for the fruit will drop before it ripens. You will have sons and daughters, but you will lose them, for they will be led away into captivity. Swarms of insects will destroy your trees and crops. So, I'm realizing there's a bunch of this that actually sounds like the plagues of Egypt. I mean, that was specifically mentioned in one part of this. The boils of Egypt, yeah. But also, like, the locusts. And, losing sons and daughters. A lot of that kind of reflects some of the plagues and things that happened in Egypt, too. But this is going to go even beyond that. Because not only will there be locusts, but there will be worms and just all sorts of additional things that it's like, yeah, basically it's, I assume at least part of what this is for is to be a deterrent from, going against God and worshiping other gods. In addition to, the encouragement to follow that was mentioned in the earlier verses. But, yeah. It's real bad. And we're not even done yet. Verse 43. The foreigners living among you will become stronger and stronger, while you become weaker and weaker. They will lend money to you, but you will not lend to them. They will be the head, and you will be the tail. If you refuse to listen to the Lord your God, and to obey the commands and decrees he has given you, all these curses will pursue and overtake you until you are destroyed. These horrors will serve as a sign and warning among you and your descendants forever. If you do not serve the Lord your God with joy and enthusiasm for the abundant benefits you have received, you will serve your enemies whom the Lord will send against you. You will be left hungry, thirsty, naked, and lacking in everything. The Lord will put an iron yoke on your neck, oppressing you harshly until he has destroyed you. So, yeah, a lot of this winds up being rather prophetic, too. Kind of unsurprisingly, because, people are flawed. But, yeah, all the stuff about exile, that specifically comes to pass. And, these things serving as a sign and a warning among their descendants. Like, yeah, after, they are sent into exile and then come back and rebuild the temple and things like that, there's, a sense of renewed loyalty that they actually sort of hold on to a bit better later on, because they remember all of these bad things that wind up happening from the disobedience. Not saying it winds up being perfect after that, not by any means, but like, because of these reminders, they are kind of a bit more careful in some ways. Okay, verse 49. The Lord will bring a distant nation against you from the end of the earth, and it will swoop down on you like a vulture. It is a nation whose language you do not understand, a fierce and heartless nation that shows no respect for the old and no pity for the young. Its armies will devour your livestock and crops, and you will be destroyed. They will leave you no grain, new wine, olive oil, calves, or lambs, and you will starve to death. They will attack your cities until all the fortified walls in your land, the walls you trusted to protect you, are knocked down. They will attack all the towns in the land the Lord your God has given you. So now we're just kind of getting more detail on, the people who will be conquering them and what they specifically will cause to befall the Israelites. But yeah, again, not good. And these people, like, won't even seem to be a kind of people that have the general kindness and pity that God is expecting from his people. Because when you're, with God trying to punish his people for disobedience, that doesn't quite hit as hard if you bring in some people who are, equally kind to the ones under their rule. Anyway, okay, verse 53. The siege and terrible distress of the enemy's attack will be so severe that you will eat the flesh of your own sons and daughters, whom the Lord your God has given you. The most tender-hearted man among you will have no compassion for his own brother, his beloved wife, and his surviving children. He will refuse to share with them the flesh he is devouring, the flesh of one of his own children, because he has nothing else to eat during the siege and terrible distress that your enemy will inflict on all your towns. The most tender and delicate woman among you, so delicate she would not so much as touch the ground with her foot, will be selfish toward the husband she loves and toward her own son or daughter. She will hide from them the afterbirth and the new baby she has born, so that she herself can secretly eat them. She will have nothing else to eat during the siege and terrible distress that your enemy will inflict on all your towns. Wow, this is this is getting to a whole new level of just terrible. The fact that the people themselves will be driven to such desperate measures as cannibalism. Not only any kind of cannibalism, but of their own families. Is just... oh, man. So yeah, that's the kind of desperate that they are going to be just to try and stay alive. Because they will have nothing else. And if even, the most tender-hearted and delicate of the people are going to become like this, just imagine, the ones who would not be described as so tender-hearted and delicate. Like, can you imagine the atrocities to which they would bring themselves because of just their desperation? Anyway, verse 58. If you refuse to obey all the words of instruction that are written in this book, and if you do not fear the glorious and awesome name of the Lord your God, then the Lord will overwhelm you and your children with indescribable plagues. These plagues will be intense and without relief, making you miserable and unbearably sick. He will afflict you with all the diseases of Egypt that you feared so much, and you will have no relief. The Lord will afflict you with every sickness and plague there is, even those not mentioned in this book of instruction, until you are destroyed. Though you become as numerous as the stars in the sky, few of you will be left, because you would not listen to the Lord your God. So, it's even going beyond this and saying, look, like, there's all this stuff that's mentioned, that's not even everything that's going to happen to you. There's so much that's going to happen to you, we don't have time or room to write about it here. Yeah, it says few of you will be left. So I know it said earlier on that, such and such would happen to the point where they're destroyed. I don't know if this is supposed to imply that the few who would be left are still obedient to God, at least slightly, or if it's just because, God is going to spare a few so that his people are not entirely wiped off the face of the earth. Maybe a combination of both. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. Verse 63. Just as the Lord has found great pleasure in causing you to prosper and multiply, the Lord will find pleasure in destroying you. You will be torn from the land you are about to enter and occupy. For the Lord will scatter you among all the nations from one end of the earth to the other. There you will worship foreign gods that neither you nor your ancestors have known, gods made of wood and stone. There among those nations you will find no peace or place to rest. And the Lord will cause your heart to tremble, your eyesight to fail, and your soul to despair. Your life will constantly hang in the balance. You will live night and day in fear, unsure if you will survive. In the morning you will say, if only it were night. And in the evening you will say, if only it were morning. For you will be terrified by the awful horrors you see around you. Then the Lord will send you back to Egypt in ships, to a destination I promised you would never see again. There you will offer to sell yourselves to your enemies as slaves, but no one will buy you. So, again, just the sheer and utter desolation that God says will be brought upon his people for disobedience is just, it's almost astounding. Even after I've read through it multiple times. No peace or place to rest. Like, kind of contributing to the madness described earlier. Heart to tremble, eyesight to fail. Living in constant fear. Unsure if they'll survive. Just being in a constant state of worry and panic, essentially. So, like, there were all these physical things mentioned that God would bring upon them, but now we're even getting into a bunch of, like, mental toil because of, these people being so cursed for their disobedience. And then they're going to go back to Egypt, the place where they're currently like saying, hey, we made it out of here. We're going to our own land. Guess what? If you disobey, back you go. Not necessarily just for that reason, but it's also symbolic of just completely undoing any progress they could say that they've made since leaving Egypt and escaping the slavery they're in. But even worse, when they go back, they will offer themselves as slaves and won't even be accepted then. At least before, when they were in Egypt, they were, used as slaves and, given things that slaves were given to keep themselves alive so they could continue doing the work. But they won't even get that much when they return to Egypt after all this. Just complete, utter desolation, desperation, until there's nothing left of them. That is what God is saying will happen to the Israelites for their disobedience. Okay. Yeah. Heck of a note to leave it on. But that does it for chapter 28. Okay. I know I said I wouldn't necessarily interrupt the stream too much with looking at the phone, but good golly, I have been getting so flipping many notifications all the while. Okay, that was just saying one of my Instagram reels got more than 1,000 views. Same one got more than 50 likes. And probably some comments there. I kind of assume comments with, other people arguing amongst themselves. Good golly. Do. Yeah, like, the arguments have, taken on a life of their own. Man. All because, I brought up the idea of, Christian nationalism within a couple of reels of mine. There might be one or two of these that I will merit some sort of response to, but man, it's just... and the feed just, keeps refreshing itself because the comments and likes and all that just keep rolling in. Oh, man. Yeah, it's in a way, I've almost sort of lost control of all that. And I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to think of it. It what I'm seeing so far isn't like stuff that I am completely inclined to shut down. But anyway, sorry. I know that doesn't exactly make for great stream content. Me just sitting here looking at my phone. So I'll move away from that for a while. Actually, I am probably going to move myself away from the stream for just a couple of minutes so that I can shift my setup a little bit to accommodate the game playing that I plan to do here. So give me just a little bit and I will be back. I'm going to try and give you some music to enjoy in the meantime, at least. Sorry, just try to think of what music I maybe want to play here. Alright, yeah. Be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back and gonna be getting into Earth Defense Force 2017 here because, yeah, for the sake of my YouTube playthrough that I'm currently in the midst of recording stuff for, I kind of got myself stuck there, and I want to get myself a little less stuck. Plus, honestly, I can just get myself closer to full completion of the game this way.
Select new game. Select a save game file to load. Select your weapons before deployment.
Notifications on my
carry up to
phone
2 weapons
are
at once.
still going off the
The
hook
number of weapons you can choose
from
is small at
Instagram.
first, but that will increase. Select
So yeah,
a stage.
this mission right here is the one that I got stuck on. Seemingly just because I couldn't kill these bugs fast enough. I did go back and do that at all the difficulty levels. This one I haven't done on easy. So, okay. This will be a good mission to test out something that I think I
Select a
learned.
difficulty. You can obtain more powerful weapons at initiating
And
operation.
if I have learned what I think I have learned, then that will be extremely helpful in a bunch of missions moving forward.
Take a look
Yeah,
at this.
yeah, blah, de blah. I don't care about that.
Troops, get ready for battle.
Okay, so.
Ranger 1, copy that. Ranger 2,
Yep,
roger.
okay. Apparently I tried every button
Ranger
except
4,
select.
roger. Ranger 5, roger that. Ranger 6, copy that.
Oh, can I just drive this down to the beach like this? Sure seems like it.
Fire! Fire! Take them all down!
Attack! Attack! Attack!
This thing's kind of slow though.
Eat this, robot scum!
Good grief, all the rumble.
You're not getting past us alive!
Okay, this is weird, like... This tank seems absolutely terrible at turning. So let me try the helicopter!
Wow, that's the storm team?
Okay. I've figured out the weapons. How do I go up and down, though? Oh, okay. I just have to hold A. But you have to keep holding A to keep it up in the air? That's annoying. The rocket should be quite helpful, though. Yeah, really hard to steer, though. Makes me wonder how much the vehicles might actually not be worth it so much. And am I just out of missiles now? It's acting kind of like I'm out of missiles. Okay, whatever. Let's just get this over with. But hey, at least I figured out how to use the vehicles. So I guess if I ever get, like, in a really desperate situation, then maybe I could hop into a vehicle and try to, I don't know. And I
Select your weapons
picked
before
up literally
deployment.
nothing.
You can
I should
carry
have
up
tried
to
a little
2
harder to
weapons at
get
once.
something from that.
Select
But
a
oh well.
stage.
So now I'm wondering, do I want to just go back and redo all these other missions on the lower difficulties? You know, the missions I've already completed? Or should I try to, like, go to some of the earlier missions and complete them on even higher difficulties? Because then I might actually get some better weapons too, in addition to, like, the
Select a
armor and
difficulty.
whatnot.
You can obtain more powerful weapons at higher difficulty levels.
So what is my other weapon that I
Choose your
have right now?
weapons.
Okay,
You may
the
equip up to
assault
2
rifle,
weapons
gotcha.
at once. Select a mission.
I actually
Select
kind of
a
want to try
difficulty.
mission 1
You can obtain going
on
into
harder
combat.
difficulties. Oh. The triggers do the strafing on the helicopter. That is helpful information.
Look at that! It's a real flying saucer! Damn. What a sight.
All troops, take your positions.
This is Storm 2.
Yeah, I'm just going to start firing missiles now.
This is Ranger 4. We've spotted a large alien life form here.
I mean, I got to get in range eventually.
Ranger 4, what kind of life form? A bug! A very huge bug! It's coming this way! Fire! Fire!
Definitely killing some now.
Under attack, requesting backup. This is headquarters. Roger that. HQ to Storm Team. Ranger 4 is in combat. Get over there for reinforcements immediately.
Okay, now the bugs are starting to get a little closer. Could become a bit of a problem.
This is HQ. Life form still unidentified. I repeat, the life form is still unidentified.
Oh, I was like, wait, one of them end up behind me? But no, that's just the corpse of one of them that wound up behind me. Alright. Assault rifle time, I guess. Holy cow, that's still a lot of them. Alright, I mean, this isn't going too poorly.
Do it yourself! A direct hit! Follow the captain! Who wants to be next?
In fact, I might go ahead and start collecting some of the item drops now.
That's it. Damn it! Forward!
Oh, but there's more.
I'm out of ammo! Give me some! We're going in! Yeah! I can stop you with one shot!
Okay. Weapon drop over here.
What the? There's more! There's too many of them! Retreat!
As I'm destroying like all of the buildings and structures in the city.
HQ to Storm 1. Ranger 4 is in combat with the aliens. Get over there now!
Well, I guess you could argue it gives me a bit of a shortcut to the aliens. Oh. Speaking of the aliens, they're kind of already here. Dang it. Yeah, getting stuck amongst the ruins of the buildings isn't so good, though. Okay. Assault rifle time. Well, if they're not right up in my face, the missiles are still kind of a good idea. This, I mean, seems like I might have a chance at completing this. And, like, especially if I can get some better weapons from doing this, that could make a huge difference in the other missions later on. Why are all those missiles targeting an enemy that seems to already be dead? I just... Like, I'll see one of the enemies just, like, fly off into the air, and then the next set of missiles I fire end up going directly towards that one that's flying through the air. It doesn't seem particularly logical, because you would think that enemy flying through the air is dead.
They're coming! Captain, it looks like they spotted us! Take that! Take that!
Yeah.
I got it!
The strategy for this mission is pretty much, okay, at long range, use the missiles. At short range, use the assault rifle. Alright, short enough range. Maybe should have saved that health drop, but oh well, there's more. Good grief! And now I'm like the only target that they have left. Great. This is when things really get difficult. When I'm the only target for the enemies. What the heck are my other allies doing way off in the distance there? I guess they're not that far in the distance. Okay, some health would be... Ah, come on! You gotta be kidding me. I was like, some health would be nice, and I saw some health, but it didn't let me get the health still. Okay, maybe I'll come back to that another time.
Before deployment, you can carry up to 2 weapons at once.
Dang, the
Select
fact
a
that there's
stage.
that much of a difficulty difference is kind of insane.
Select a
Okay,
difficulty.
let's
You can
try
obtain
this
more
one
powerful
on
weapons
normal
at higher
instead.
initiating operations.
I really don't care about the other scenes that they give, because, like, I've already seen them before.
Here, the silver giant!
It's time to welcome our silver friend. Let's move! Yeah!
There's one giant walking robot arm thing going already.
They're hiding their heads inside their bodies.
Possibly two.
They sure don't look like a shy bunch.
So yeah, with the lower difficulty levels, my concern is more with picking up armor than the weapons. Because the weapons likely are not going to be as good as what I already have.
Remember, never surrender. Keep fighting till it's all over. Yeah!
Occasionally, my brain just has a few too many references in it. Like, I don't know who all might have heard, you know, the kind of recent trending phrase / audio clip that it's like, you know, does it say, like, does it go never back down first and never give up, or I forget exactly the order of the phrasing there, but like, personally I think there already existed a much better version of that phrase as a quote from the movie Galaxy Quest, which is never give up, never surrender. Or, you know, to sound a bit more accurate to the reference being made here, let me try and, you know, imitate the voices of the maybe not all the Thermians, but shoot, Mathazar. Let me try and put a little bit of his kind of voice into this, so I'm really getting the quote right here. So of course, when he says it in the movie, it winds up sounding a little something like, never give up, never surrender. And I kid you not, there are some people, mostly in my family, who think I'm a little too good at that voice.
The enemy is coming.
Don't let your guard down. Come this way and I'll kill you. Ammo! Give me ammo!
I do not claim to be any kind of, you know, high quality voice actor or anything like that, but the references I know, I try and make sure I do them justice. You feel me? Alright, I'm trying to, you know, get a couple of hits in on this enemy from time to time.
This just in.
So I have a little bit of opportunity to pick up some things.
Has been discovered in eastern Japan. The bugs have dug up an underground nest
Okay.
and are reproducing there. The EDF is reportedly planning a massive
I think
assault
that's all
to
the stuff
destroy
I'm
the
really
nest.
gonna care about picking up. Well, not like I have much choice now. Oh, darn it. Weapons. P78 bound gun. Not sure what that is. MMF 40 RA sniper. What's the one that I've used before?
You may equip up to 2 weapons at once.
The one I normally use the 42 RA. So this, one would assume, is not as good of a model as that. I mean, capacity is only 5, rate of fire is 2 per second, as opposed to 20 capacity and 10 per second. Damage is slightly higher. Range is a little better. But otherwise, eh. The 42 definitely seems like the better option there. Okay, now what in the world is this bound gun? An assault rifle based on the AF-14. Fires special bullets that rebound off of walls. Firepower and range are considerably higher than with the AF-14. Interesting. Okay, so wait. That's 120, 12 per second, 12 damage. Range of 220. 250 capacity, 30 per second. Yeah, even those stats alone pretty much make up enough of a difference there. Anyway. So yeah, the range is better. I'll admit that. But only a little bit. It gets like an extra 50% range compared to the AF-18 RA. But yeah, I have no inclination or reason to believe that that one's better.
Select a stage.
Might as well, while I'm here,
Select
just
a
redo that
difficulty.
mission on easy as well.
You can obtain more powerful weapons at higher difficulty level. Going into combat.
They're coming this way, the silver giant!
And I'm doing all this just because
Welcome our silver
I couldn't
friend.
beat
Let's move.
a bunch of red ants.
Can't reach him from here.
Holy cow. These enemies are literally dying in one round of this 4K20 missile
They sure don't look like a shot.
launcher thing. I'm gonna have to be careful with how much I use this thing if I want to, you know, pick up the item drops around me. Yeah, pretty sure I looked at those already.
Remember,
We'll
never
join under
surrender.
your command.
Keep fighting till it's all over.
And now I'm creating even more item drops over in this direction. Dare I say already creating more item drops? There's even some off further to my left now. Yeah, this weapon is pretty much just like a one-round KO on any of these guys at this difficulty. Which is why I was hoping to maybe, you know, go into Mission 1 on a higher difficulty and possibly get some more advanced weapons.
Don't waste your bullets! Pull the trigger! Shoot the enemy!
The enemy is coming.
Maybe I'll try that again after I clear a few of these on, you know, lower difficulties.
One shot! We're headed this way! The enemy's coming! I'll kill you!
This almost makes me surprised that I was able to complete Mission 1 on hard the first time around. Just with, like, how much trouble, quote-unquote, hardest gives me, even on Mission 1. Alright, now I might have to go, well, seems like my allies are doing plenty of work on that.
A nest of the giant bugs has been discovered in eastern Japan. The bugs have dug up an underground nest and are reproducing there. The EDF is reportedly planning a massive assault to destroy the nest.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
mission cleared. Bunch of armor picked up there. Which that's the, like, That's really, I'd say, the primary benefit to going back at lower difficulties and redoing these missions, because you're not going to get better weapons, but, like, armor is still armor. It all has the same effect, no matter what difficulty level you get it from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I still picked up, like, what, about 15
Think
armor
long
there?
and hard about which weapons you'll take into battle.
Yeah.
You can only take 2 with you, so it's a good idea to carry 2 to
So what's the next mission? Oh, yeah, that one. That one's not such a good one to use the missile
you may
on.
equip up to 2 weapons at once.
Do. Perhaps I should try some of these other lower ranking weapons that I haven't used at all yet. But I don't know. Hold up, Governor 50. Superb shotgun with tremendous firepower. This weapon features an incredibly wide shot pattern and high number of shots. It's far deadlier than the original model, and there are rumors it was developed with Ravager technology. Interesting. I'm a little curious. And since I'll be doing this on an easier difficulty than before, it shouldn't really be much of an issue. Especially if I keep the one assault rifle that I know is good. Okay, real quick, looking at phone notifications. Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh, wait, somebody commented on one of my videos that's completely not related to the whole Christian nationalism discussion. Anyway.
Initiating operation.
Let's see how this goes.
This image was sent to us.
Yeah.
Don't let your guard down. You don't know where they might be hiding. Yes, sir.
Draw them closer. You don't want to waste the bullet.
They're coming. Launch your team to the front. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I figure trying to use the shotgun at anything other than really close range is a bad idea. Oops. I may have accidentally killed a couple of my allies.
The enemy is out of range.
We can't reach him from here.
Stay calm and we can win this. Someone cover the right. Sir, yes, sir. Just leave it to me.
Alright, well, wave 1 is done.
Ammo.
Give me ammo.
Where's the ammo? I need ammo. I'm out of ammo. Give me some. Cover me. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're coming straight ahead.
Right behind you.
I've yet to even use the shotgun, though, so
Holes in my backyard.
maybe I should try it even from slightly longer range. Okay, that doesn't lead to anything. So where are all the bugs? Oh, probably over this way. Yeah.
Let me shoot. Shoot them all dead. They see us. Bugs, they're coming out of this hole.
One shot. Don't waste the bullet. I'm reloading. There's no place to die. Do what you need to survive.
I mean,
Give me some ammo. I'm reloading. Someone cover the back.
again, really might not be ideal for long range, but this shotgun's pretty good.
HQ,
course, you know, I'm thinking about that relative to this difficulty level.
Armor damage.
Got one. Give me a hand.
Don't worry, I'll do it.
Enemy down.
This is Ranger 21. There's too many of them. We can't go any further. Requesting permission to retreat. What the? They're coming from behind. Secure an exit path.
Good work. Take that, you monsters.
It's no use. Somebody help us.
Don't worry, I'll do it. Damn
Ranger 21. Ranger 21. What is happening?
ammo. Give me ammo.
Fire! Follow the captain.
The alien nest is larger than we could have imagined. There are a seemingly infinite number of them inside. This operation is canceled. All troops, kill all surrounding aliens and retreat.
Take that, you monsters. Cover me. All right.
Especially at this difficulty with these weapons, I'd be like, I don't want to retreat.
All troops, kill all surrounding aliens and retreat.
Oh, I can't even, like, go...
They're coming this way. They're coming this way.
I can't even go, like, up on here.
Like the taste of
Oh,
my
I guess I can.
bullets.
Okay, boom.
Reloading.
Oh, come on.
They're coming. I'll pump you full of lead. I've got the one in the back. Don't worry,
The way
I'll
this
do it.
They're too
terrain kind of bugs out.
Got one.
well. I'll just have to do better. The enemy's
If
on
you
range.
don't,
Give me a hand
you know,
over here. Don't worry,
land
I'll
on it
do
a certain way.
I'll pump you full of lead. I'll pump you
Another
full
weapon
of
drop
lead.
over here.
The enemy's
Not that I
coming.
care that much about it.
They're heading
Yeah.
over here.
Not too much else worthwhile to collect here.
Reload fast. Somebody cover me. Leave it to me, buddy.
C-24 hand bomb. Special weapon.
Select your weapon. Choose your weapons. You may equip up to 2 weapons at once.
Which is probably, yeah, it's even worse than the regular C-24 bomb. Special sabotage bomb has high firepower, but it's very heavy in exchange, making it impossible to set except right in front of you. Set with the fire button, then detonate with the zoom activate button. Oh, this is actually just like a grenade. Hold down the attack button to increase throwing distance, then release it to throw. Press the zoom activate button to detonate. Okay. I mean, the throwing ability would potentially be nice relative to that, but still, like, a lot of these special weapons really don't seem very good. And that's just a landmine kind of thing. I could try out the firecracker grenade type or the bound gun. Just for kicks. In fact, on easy, maybe I could do both.
Select a stage. Select a diff going into combat. This image was sent.
Don't let your guard down. You don't know where they might be hiding.
Yes, sir.
Come this way and I'll kill you.
They're coming this way.
The enemy is out of
They're
range.
still too far.
They're coming. Launch a team to the front. Yes, sir. Someone coming about.
I'll do it. Ammo. And reloading. Someone cover me. Leave it to me. That's impossible.
Armor damaged.
Hang in there. I'll cover you. Got one. They're huge.
Trouble. See how you like this.
Take that, you monsters.
I got one. Bravo. I'm out of ammo. Sir. Yes, sir.
It's not real apparent that the grenade was really doing much.
Cover me. Someone leave it to me, buddy.
The bound gun is alright,
Yeah.
but But that's probably just relative to this particular difficulty here.
Yes, sir! Those damn aliens! Making holes in my backyard!
Okay, so yeah, those explode on contact.
We can't get any closer than this. Move it! It's dangerous to get any closer. We shoot the aliens. We have to get closer. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! They don't see us. They shoot. Shoot them all. I'm ready to shoot when you are. Get any closer than this. I'm ready to shoot when you are. Let me shoot. It's dangerous to get any closer. Just stay quiet. The enemy hasn't noticed us. Let me shoot. I'll shoot them all dead. Come on! Yes, sir!
Okay. Maybe now that I've actually gotten some hits on a few of them, they'll start coming towards me. Actually, I did just have a thought regarding a mission I could possibly do on a higher difficulty. Even without any sort of, like, improved weaponry from what I already have. I really would like to collect some of these item drops. Especially some of this stuff. Well, I got the 2 armors.
Ranger 21, what is happening? The alien nest is larger than we could have imagined. There are a seemingly infinite number of them inside. This operation is canceled. All troops, kill all surrounding aliens and retreat.
I'm out of ammo! EDF! Come on! EDF! Fire! Give me ammo! Leave it to me, brother. Damn it, I'm out! Reload fast! Reload! Somebody cover me!
Yeah.
Leave it to me! Damn it, I'm out! Fire! Follow the captain! Follow the captain! Watch your back!
Think
Hold up,
long
the
and hard about
Buffalo
which choose your
G2 shotgun is
You may
new?
equip up to 2 weapons at once.
Yeah, I guess. I had the G3 already. Okay, so... I'm gonna go with... kind of my previous go-to weapons. Especially the missile launcher. Actually, maybe instead of the assault rifle, I will use this sniper here. So what I'm thinking I want to try is this mission against Mr. Dino-Mech here.
Select a difficulty.
On the
More powerful items
quote-unquote
initiating
hardest.
operations.
Which is ironic that the difficulty labeled hardest is not actually the most difficult difficulty. Blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, essentially,
Move forward!
as long as I'm able to avoid this thing's attacks, I should be fine.
Time to show that beast what the EDF is made of.
I'll pump you full of lead! We can't reach it from here! Launchers, prepare to fire! Yes, sir!
I think my allies are all gone now. Already. I just realized there are some vehicles available for this, but I'm not entirely sure how helpful they'll be. Yeah, honestly, I didn't like the tank that much because I'm slow. Helicopter was kind of slow too. Although, knowing how to strafe with it would make it a little more helpful. Yeah, let me try not to get hit with the fire breath there. Like that. That still wasn't too bad. How did that hit me, though? If I'm not able to beat this mission or mission 1 on, you know, quote-unquote hardest difficulty, then I give up on any endeavors to complete any of these missions on said difficulty right now. Oof. That did a lot. It kind of bothers me that it, like, leaves me kind of immobilized whenever I get hit by that. See, the trouble with this is there's no possibility of healing along the way. Trouble with this mission, I should say. Ugh, okay. Only took a tiny bit of damage there. Oh, jeez. He's getting real close now. I don't want to be that close. Thank you very much. I still got hit just a tiny bit by that. Yeah, you know what? Keep moving. As long as it's moving, I can't be... well... as long as it's moving and not walking directly on top of me, I can't take any damage from it. Yes. Continue moving away, please. Oh, geez, he's moving towards me now. How was I stuck there? I don't understand. So yeah, even that isn't so simple. Oh, good golly. Okay, there's one other mission I would think maybe I stand a chance at on hardest with my current weapons. And that is mission number 2, because it really does not have very many aliens involved.
There, sir! Over there! It's those giant bugs! Ranger 6 to HQ. We've encountered more giant bugs.
Of course, there may very well be more of them on this difficulty.
Yes, sir.
This is HQ. The aliens are attacking civilians. Eliminate them on sight.
They're coming! Straight ahead!
Yeah, maybe should have ditched the sniper for the one assault rifle, though.
Still no information about the UFO. It may not be related. Do not attack the UFO.
I am definitely trying to keep my distance right now.
It's walking up that building! How the hell does a creature that big walk up a wall like that? Look out! Above you!
Oh, jeez. Now I'm the only one left, and they're all gonna aim at me. Oof. That did not take long. Holy cow. Okay, I was very wrong about my ability to
Select
possibly
the
complete
difficulty
that mission.
Before starting a level. The harder the difficulty
Okay,
you attempt,
well,
the stronger the weapons you will receive. Select a stage.
I suppose it's back to my previous idea then.
Select a difficulty.
Just going
into
through
combat.
missions I've already completed and doing it on a lower difficulty. Oh, man. Yeah. This is kind of insane. Oh, I keep forgetting that... Well, first off, I keep forgetting that I have the sniper assigned to slot 1.
Destroy! I got it! Are you spent on my bullets? Give me some ammo.
But also, like, forgetting that it's not the missiles assigned to the first slot, if that makes any sense. Like, I forgot the missiles weren't at the first slot, and that the weapon I had at the first slot was not the assault rifle, but the one sniper.
It's coming! It's coming right for me!
Okay, it doesn't seem like there's a ton of spiders remaining.
This is the latest report on the alien invasion. A spider-like alien has been seen in eastern Japan. These creatures have also been confirmed to attack humans. If you see this alien, please do not go anywhere near it.
All right, leave it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of leave the remaining spiders to my allies and see what all weapon and armor drops I can get.
They're coming! Straight ahead! They're too far! Don't waste your bullets! Yes, sir! We can't reach them from here! Come this way and I'll kill you!
And there actually doesn't seem to be too much else to pick up. So... goodbye. ME2 Emerald missile and a flamethrower.
Select a difficulty.
Thought I already
Choose
kind
your
of
weapons.
had a
You may equip up
flamethrower
to 2
type
weapons
thing.
at once.
Also, what's this new missile? ME2 Emerald. Battle-ready version of the Emerald personal guided missile launcher. Oh. Okay. But as far as I can tell, generally speaking, like, the ranks of the weapons in a certain category go with top being the worst and bottom being the best. Other than maybe this stuff. So the burner is just the gas burner for welding. Then there's an actual flamethrower here. High-powered flamethrower developed to exterminate the giant insects. It's an extremely effective weapon in battle against multiple insects in a narrow space. I kind of want to try it out. And for my other weapon, out of sheer curiosity, I want to see about some of these grenade launchers. I used the UMRA before, I guess. Yeah, I don't want timed grenades. I guess I used the UM1 before as well. Let's try out the UM4 grenade launcher and see how that stacks up. I mean, it should be perfectly fine to use on easy. Blah, blah, blah. Skip the scene.
Follow the commander! I can hit these things with bullets.
This is Ranger 43. The spiders are spitting out some kind of thread.
Behind you! Watch your back! I'm reloading. All right! Nice to hit!
All right, leave it to me.
Oh, no you don't! I'm joining the ranks of Storm 1. How do you like that?
I'm a little bit curious about this flamethrower.
Just a scratch!
I mean, the description said it's pretty effective. I'm curious just how effective it actually is. I mean, at this difficulty, seemingly not too bad. I'm not sure how it would fare at higher difficulties, though. Considering the enemies would all be tougher.
This is the latest report on the alien invasion. A spider-like alien has been seen in eastern Japan. These creatures have also been confirmed to attack humans. If you see this alien, please do not go anywhere near it.
I mean, it only takes 5 from the kind of flamethrower ammo to actually get rid of one of these spiders. But again, this is on easy. So, like, I still don't think that really says much about the actual effectiveness of the flamethrower at higher difficulty levels.
Think long and hard about which weapons you'll take into battle. You can
Anyway,
also select a stage.
that one. Right, there's the UFOs involved in this one, so...
Choose your weapons. You may
Well,
equip
maybe,
up to 2
maybe
weapons
not.
at once.
Still, I think I'm gonna go with... Actually, what am I gonna go with? Alright, you know what? Let me use the MMF 40 RA just to tool around with that a little bit. And maybe the Sparrow Shot M2. I'm gonna save real quick because I have
Save
not
current
saved in
game
quite a
data.
while. Really, I've only gotten my armor up
Think
by like
long and
80
hard
something
about
points.
which weapons you'll
Sorry,
take
stamina.
into battle.
Whatever.
You can only take 2 with you, so it's a good idea to carry. Select a mission.
Okay.
Select a difficulty. You can obtain more
These
powerful
weapons should be
at higher
pretty
difficulty
decent,
levels.
so I'll go with normal
Initiating
difficulty.
operation.
We were in a bind. Thanks for coming.
Where's the ammo?
We're under your command.
We were in a bind. Thanks for coming. And thank you for coming. You saved
Well,
us.
this sniper is like a one-shot, one-kill kind of situation here. So is the shotgun, seemingly.
We're with you on this one.
But
No, you don't.
always with the qualifier on this difficulty.
This is Ranger 5. The enemy's overpowering us. We need backup. This is HQ. Copy that.
I forget if this is one where I can actually shoot the UFOs or not.
Now.
I'm leaning towards not. Because I distinctly remember following one way over that way and it not really doing anything. Might as well get some reloading done while I can.
They're coming. We'll get our revenge.
Hello? Hello? Somebody! Please help!
Get over here.
Don't worry, I'll
I
do
need
it.
ammo. Give me some.
Give me ammo.
I'll handle this.
I can hit these things in my eyes.
I'm pretty sure I accidentally sniped an ally. Somewhere in the mix there.
They're huge. I'm reloading.
I'm reloading.
I've been hit. Armor damage. Save me. I'll put you away. Yes, sir. I'm reloading. Yeah.
I'm reloading.
Somebody
Someone
cover
cover
me.
me.
All right,
Don't worry,
leave it to
I'll
me.
do it.
We will join you. We'll join you. I did it.
This is Ranger 8. Our platoon's been destroyed. We're stuck in their web and can't move. We need backup.
They keep shooting
Leave it to me, buddy.
at the bridge here as if there's a spider there.
There are no enemies here.
This is Ranger 8. The spiders are coming this way. Ranger 8, I don't copy. Repeat.
Scared now.
All right.
No. Oh, please, no.
Civilians running this way. Normally a sign that I'm headed in the right direction for some enemies.
They're coming. We'll get our revenge. Yes, sir. I can stop you with one shot.
The enemy is out of range.
They're huge.
Come on.
They're too big.
So the rate of fire on this sniper isn't too bad.
Leave it to me, buddy. They're too big.
Reloading.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm picking up, you know, the armor and stuff.
They're headed this way.
They're coming.
I got
Draw
the one.
them close. We're up against a powerful enemy. Join our forces.
Yeah. I don't think there was actually any damage being dealt to the UFO there. Just to any of the spiders I happened to catch on the way down.
It's working. Fire. Fire. One shot. They're heading this way. I need ammo.
The enemy is out
Give
of
me some.
range.
Don't worry, I'll do it.
Cover me. I'll defeat him. Reloading. Cover me.
I'll defeat him. Straight ahead. The enemy is coming. They're coming.
Come on.
Take this. They're headed over here. I'm out of ammo. Cover me.
Coming. Reload failed. Cover me.
I got him. Die. It's working. It's fire. Fire.
Exterminate the enemy.
Just a scratch.
All right.
Take that, you monsters.
I'm out.
They got one of us. Ammo. Fire. Follow the captain. Here they come.
They're headed over here. They're coming.
So,
I'll handle this.
my My allies say follow the captain a lot. Am I supposed to be the captain here?
Yes, sir.
With absolutely no other information to indicate one way or the other, I would assume that, yes, I'm supposed to be the captain.
You're scared, aren't you? Of course. No, shut up. Come on. They're coming. They're coming. Stand your ground. We'll get our revenge. The enemy is coming. The enemy is coming.
They're coming.
You like that?
Fire.
That's it. Just a little closer. Just a scratch. See how you like that?
I'm out of ammo. Cover it. Leave it to me. Charge.
Follow the captain. What a team down. Bullets. Like
I'm out. I'm reloading. Come dead. Just leave it to me.
oh yeah.
They're headed this way. Ammo. Where's the ammo?
We can't reach them from here.
Jeez. Okay.
Leave it to me.
They're still out of range.
My allies cleared the last couple of enemies a little quicker than I anticipated there, but okay, whatever. MG-12 grenade, meh. I really don't care much about the grenades. Grenade launchers are
Select your
fine,
weapons before deployment.
but not the,
You can carry up to 2
like,
weapons at once. The
regular,
number of weapons you
just
can choose
throwing
from is small at
grenades.
first, but that will increase as you find new weapons during the game. There are choose your weapons.
But still,
You
since
may
I'm
equip
about to
up
do that
select
mission
a
on
stage.
easy,
Choose your weapons. You may equip up to 2 weapons at once.
let me try out some stuff that I normally would just absolutely not want anything to do with. Sticky grenade sounds interesting. Sorry. Arm felt a little bit weird for a second there. Okay, I'll go with the grenade just because I kind of want to get rid of some of these flashing new things. But also I want to make sure that I'm actually giving myself a chance to clear the mission. AF-14 RAR. Fires an incredible 60 shots per second, resulting in overwhelming damage when all rounds hit. Ammunition, however, is used up quickly and the weapon must be reloaded frequently. Also has a short range. Fine. I'll give it a whirl. It's easy.
Select a mission. Select a difficulty.
Meaning the easy difficulty.
More powerful items will appear at higher difficulty levels. Going into combat.
You sick monsters! It's working! Keep firing at them! No, you don't. Die! Enemy down! Help us! Please, let us join you. Just a scratch! Armor down! I'm joining the ranks. Thank you for coming. We will join you. We're under your command.
From now on, I'll stay with you in Storm 1.
Nice work!
Ammo! Give me ammo!
Ammo!
Well, this AR isn't too bad.
Behind you! Watch your back! Fire!
Yeah!
Still don't really like grenades, but the AR isn't too bad.
This is Ranger 5. The enemy's overpowering us. We need backup. This
Armor.
is HQ. Copy that.
I want the armor.
This is HQ to Storm 1. Get to Ranger 5 for assistance now.
Okay. I'm like, I know I can kill myself with grenades potentially. What I don't know is if there's any grenade type that I could potentially like walk into when I throw it at like the longest possible range and end up killing myself that way.
I can't right now. Give me a hand over here. Like the taste of my bullets. I'm out of ammo. Someone cover me. That's impossible. Reload failed. They're coming. I'm reloading. Cover me. Leave it to me, buddy. Someone cover me.
Okay, that was just health. Armor is nice. Anything drop there? No. Seemingly not, anyway.
They're coming. Yeah, you're welcome. They're headed over here. Give me some ammo. Reach them from here. Leave it to me. One.
This is Ranger 8. Our platoon's been destroyed. We're stuck in their web and can't move. We need backup.
Yeah, so with the rate of fire mentioned on this gun, it literally should only take like 2.5 seconds for it to unload an entire clip, which is kind of crazy.
What the storm team is made of. You're shit.
Ranger 8, I don't copy. Repeat.
Let's hurry back and grab a bite to eat.
No! Oh, please, no! No!
Literally just phased through the civilians there. Well, at least the grenades can be thrown a little faster than I first gave them credit for. But I'm probably better off switching to the rifle. Although honestly, I might not even need to be doing any shooting here.
We're up against a powerful enemy. We should join our forces.
They're coming. Straight ahead. Like the taste of my
No, that's right. There are still a few more
These
coming
spider-like
through.
creatures. My sister, she got hit by the web.
That leaves me curious.
What should I do? You've got to help me.
Where is the enemy? There's no enemies here.
Are you scared?
No.
Okay, so this thing does have a jump somehow.
Let's show them what the storm team is made of. Leave it to me.
Ooh, there's a
Let
flamethrower.
me shoot. Let me shoot.
Let's go.
There's a flamethrower if you press Y. Right trigger and B will do the more like grenade launcher thing. And then X or left trigger seem like they'll do this rapid fire thing.
One shot is all I need. They're coming. I can hit these things with my eyes closed.
Now how quickly, well, oh geez, that was a terrible idea. Trying to jump in this thing. Seems kind of useless. Unless maybe I could hold, jump, and like, okay, why am I having such a hard time turning in this now? Alright, I'm gonna get out of it. Even if just so I can, like, pick up all these item drops here.
I'm ready to fight. Which way is the enemy?
No sign of the enemy, sir.
Run!
When you get into combat, watch your back. The enemy
scared,
can come
aren't
at you from all directions.
Disagree. Yes, sir. We're going home.
It'll be a
after
fierce
this.
fight.
No problem.
Are you ready for it?
Leave it to me.
Okay, so it can turn, but very slowly.
I'll cover you when you need it.
Let's find the enemy. No sign of the enemy, sir.
We're coming. We're coming.
The enemy is coming. Don't run. Fight.
Sir, we can't reach him from here.
The enemy is coming.
I'm firing so many of these, like, rockets or whatever, and so many of them are missing somehow.
The enemy is out of range.
Oh, geez. I cleared the mission like that.
They're coming! We can't reach them from
No, I didn't even give myself time to pick up the other items. Oh well. Not that big a deal.
Select your weapons before deployment. You can carry up to 2 weapons at once. The number of weapons
See,
you can
at least
choose from
that
is small
vehicle
first,
was kind of
but that will
fun.
increase as you find new weapons during the game. There are many different weapons, so do your best to find them all.
Anyway,
Select a stage.
next mission is this one. What even does this thing do? I think it just releases a whole bunch of the walking arms and then the basic flying enemies. So
Choose your weapons. You may equip up to 2 weapons at once.
Because I'm not in that much of a mood to get testy with the different weapon types. Although maybe on easy. Okay, you know what? Maybe on easy I'll try out the ME2 here, and then AF-18X maybe? It has more damage per hit and a better reload time. But otherwise, the AF-18RA seems vastly superior. I don't really get it. Nearly twice as powerful as the regular AF-18. Anyway. Making this weapon feel more like a shotgun. Huh, okay. Well, whatever.
Select a stage.
I'm willing to
Select
give that a
a
try on
difficulty.
easy at
More
least.
powerful items will appear. Initiating operations.
What the hell is that? Look at the size of that thing.
I don't think those are actually homing on anything right now.
Command, HQ! This is Scout 4. The mothership has moved from this location. We've also discovered a 4-legged fighter robot. What do you mean, 4-legged weapon? It's already moving. It's heading right for the city.
Oh, jeez.
This is HQ.
Homing is kind of
All
terrible
troops,
on these
begin your
missiles.
assault. Destroy the 4-legged walking weapon.
They don't seem to be super great for these flying enemies here. Ah, but it's hitting some of them.
Behind you! Watch your back!
Oh, holy cow, yeah, that is...
That one's dead!
I get what they meant about the whole feels more like a shotgun kind of thing. This is ridiculously low accuracy.
That's like a walking fortress.
How does it move that fast, but it's walking so slowly? Just shows how huge the damn thing is.
I'll cover you when you need it.
Oh man! It's got laser cannons!
The enemy.
No enemies here.
HQ! The fortress is attacking us with laser cannons! We're all gonna die if we don't do something quick! Troops, take out the enemy laser cannons.
No enemies here. Thank you for coming.
We're under your command.
I'm coming with you.
Let's hurry back and get a bite to eat. I'll cover you when you need it. Leave it to
Scared,
me.
aren't you?
No, shut up.
Oh, hey, I actually destroyed something.
This is Scout 4. Enemy robots are being deployed from the fortress.
I'll handle this. Like the taste of my bullets?
stop them here at all costs.
That's it. Just a little closer.
Can't even see anything because of all the
The
smoke
enemy is out of range.
and, you know, the explosions.
We'll go with you.
I've been hit.
They're coming this way! Someone!
They're coming this way. That's it. Just a little closer.
This is Scout 4. Good ships are taking off from the fortress.
Do it yourself. I'll do it. You got me. You got me. He's dead.
Damn it, I'm out! This is Scout 4. Something just flashed from the back of the fortress. That's gotta be a weapon. Scout 4, we need more details. We think it's a plasma cannon. Over 300 feet in length. Impossible. A plasma cannon that size can't possibly exist.
Damage report. A large explosion has been confirmed 6 miles away in the city. The destruction has a diameter of several hundred feet.
I'm out of ammo.
Oh, geez, there's a whole bunch of stuff to pick up over here.
This whole region will be destroyed.
I am,
All combat-capable Ranger teams head over there
not
now.
sure I'm gonna be able to get all of it before the mission's cleared.
Destroy.
Yeah, no, definitely not all of it.
Right behind you.
Well, at least I got a little.
Select your
Okay.
weapons before deployment. Choose your weapons.
Now,
You may
for
equip up to 2
normal
weapons at
difficulty,
once.
I might get a little more serious with this. Like, might try using the Fork A-20 missile, and then the AF-18RA, maybe? Yeah.
Select a mission. Select a different going into combat.
What the hell is that? Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, that's literally not homing in on anything yet.
Come in, HQ! This is Scout 4. The mothership has moved from this location. We've also discovered a four-legged fighter robot. Sir! What do you mean, four-legged weapon? It's already moving. It's heading right for the city. This is HQ. All troops, begin your assault. Destroy the four-legged walking weapon.
They're headed this way.
They're coming! Straight ahead!
Yeah. I wonder a little bit if this is actually, like, if that missile type that I'm using there is actually the best one for, you know, larger groups of enemies. Like, individual enemies, you know, like the, like, basically Mecha Godzilla
But it's walking so slowly. Just shows
from
how
Mission
huge the
12
damn
or whatever
thing
that
is.
is. Like, it's real good in those kinds of situations.
Let's show them what the storm team is made of.
HQ! The fortress is attacking us with laser cannons! We're all gonna die if we don't do something quick! Troops, take out the enemy laser cannons!
Follow the captain! Yeah! I'm ready to fight.
Not sure I'm going to be able to do much to the laser cannons like this. Because it's not like locking onto them or anything.
Follow the captain!
Okay.
Mark! This is Scout 4. Enemy robots are being deployed from the fortress. We can't allow the enemy into the city. Stop them here at all costs.
Yeah, I actually managed to destroy 2 of the laser cannons. Imagine that. Dang, lots of item drops right here.
There are no enemies here.
Whoa. Totally seemed like I was about to get stepped on there.
Scout 4. Good ships are taking off from the fortress.
I've got the one inside. All right.
Give me some ammo! Yeah, you're welcome.
You got it.
Somebody come to me!
I can't ammo. Give me some. Yes, sir.
This is Scout 4. Something just flashed from the back of the fortress. That's gotta be a weapon.
Show 'em what we're made of!
Scout 4, we need more details. We think it's a plasma cannon. Over 300 feet in length. Impossible. A plasma cannon that size can't possibly exist.
Ammo. Give me ammo. I can't.
Damage report. A large explosion has been confirmed 6 miles away in the city. The destruction has a diameter of several hundred feet.
If we don't stop that plasma cannon, this whole region will be destroyed. All combat-capable Ranger teams head over there now.
Yeah.
One shot is all I need.
Sorry, I'm realizing I have been, for the most part, like really focused on the game.
Find us some aliens.
Especially with like trying to find all the different, you know, armor and weapon drops. Alright, geez. Okay. I got the Stringer sniper rifle. The Firecracker 1, which I already have the 2. Which I think is supposed to be better. ZE gun.
Select your
Okay,
weapons
hold up.
before deployment. You can choose your weapons. You may equip up to 2 weapons at once.
So like the ZE sniper, you have to do search range 800 meters, high performance set, blah blah, power and range are both improved. This it holds more shots, but the search range is lower. Still, I mean, that could still be equally as useful, if not even more useful, in certain situations. Interesting. But yeah, so that'd basically be like a turret sort of thing. Except the snipers were kind of a long-range version of that, whereas this ZE gun would seem to be a kind of
Select a stage.
short to mid-range version of that. As for this mission, actually, what other new stuff
Choose
did
your
I get?
weapons. You may equip up to 2
Because
weapons at
there was
once.
the Z gun. There was the Firecracker one, which clearly is vastly inferior. I did the stick of grenades already, didn't I? Maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe that was the Firecracker that I tried out before. Oh yeah, the Stringer. Powerful rifle that can fire bullets through multiple targets in the line of fire. Range and accuracy are both high, but due to the special construction required for its armor-piercing capability, shots must be loaded individually. An 8x zoom scope is attached. Ugh. And it takes 5 seconds to reload one shot? Ugh. I mean, I might try that out on easy. Shoot along with the ZE gun. Why not? Just for kicks.
Select a difficulty. Initiating operation.
Because it's easy.
The fortress is headed for Tokyo. You have to stop it here and now.
Follow the captain! Yeah! Yeah!
This is Storm 3. The fortress is just too big. We can't stop it alone. This is HQ. We've ordered all Ranger team units in the area to your position. They should arrive there soon. This is Storm 3. Roger that.
Holy cow, was I actually able to get rid of that thing on its back with one shot?
He's dead.
I think I was. Of course, this is easy, so that shouldn't be, like, super surprising. I'm pretty sure it's about to release some enemies here.
Ravager's four-legged fortress has launched a cannon attack.
Okay. I mean, 2 shots from this sniper, though, kill one of the walking arms. On normal.
This is Ranger 47. We've caught up with the fortress. Good job. Begin your assault.
Okay, turrets are doing a little work
Ranger teams
now.
are arriving now. Storm 1, you give the orders. Rendezvous with the Ranger teams and take down the fortress.
Dang. Okay, no enemies in sight. How exactly one reloads turrets, I don't know, but I guess that's what's happening. I don't think there are any other weapons or anything like that on the walking fortress thingamajig that I can really do any damage to.
This is Ranger 8. We've caught up with the fortress. Ranger 8, support Storm 1 at all costs.
jeez. Now the walking fortress thing... Okay, I thought it was turning for a second. Which had me thinking, no, not good. Okay, a couple more armor drops. There's some more item pickups over this way. Some kind of... Well, there was some kind of enemy way off in the distance over that way.
This is Ranger 43. We've caught up with the fortress. Initiate combat immediately.
This looks like loads of fun. Let me try and pick up some stuff over here. If I can. How did that miss? Oh, jeez. Now we've got walking arms way over that way.
This is Ranger 5-1. We've caught up with the fortress. Attack the fortress. Storm 1, do your best to rendezvous with the Ranger teams.
They're coming this way! The enemy is on the right. Can't reach over here!
Are you alright?
They're heading this way! They're too big!
Calm down.
Oh, shoot. Not ready for that. Yeah, okay, getting up this close might not be a great idea.
Ranger teams are getting hit hard.
Okay, got a couple armor pickups here.
What's going on, Ranger 47? Respond immediately. Ranger 8, do you copy? Ranger 8.
The Ranger teams are down. The fortress is still advancing.
Damn. Everyone listen up. This operation is canceled. Don't touch the fortress. Eliminate all other enemies in the area and withdraw from the area.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm only getting away with this weapon combo because it's on easy. And because, like, my allies are able to do half the work for me. Yeah, the combination of, like, all the different factors that change with each difficulty level
we made it. We're now under Storm 1's command.
is what makes such a huge difference. Because, like, holy cow, that's a lot of stuff. But, like, I'm pretty sure at each difficulty,
Select your weapons before deployment.
if
You
you're
can carry
bumping
up
the
to 2
difficulty
weapons
up,
at once. The number of weapons you can
you
choose
get
from is smaller
either
first,
fewer
but
allies
that will
or they're
increase as you
just
find new weapons during the game.
less.
There are many different
they're
weapons,
just weaker.
so do your best to find them all.
Plus, the enemies get stronger / can take more damage. And there ends up usually being more enemies on the higher difficulties too. I'm curious, what... Yeah, that didn't even give... Also, rotation speed. I'm curious what happens if I bump that up. I get a feeling that'll be kind of like the look sensitivity. Also, I might actually get rid of the screen shake.
Select a location
Saving.
to save your game. Select your weapons
I've gotten like
before
another
deployment.
100
Select a stage.
stamina since the last
Select
time.
a difficulty. Choose your weapons.
Right.
You may equip
Let me
up to
try
2
some
weapons at
different
once.
weapons here. Namely, some that might actually be more helpful in this mission. I might go with this sniper just because of it having the long range possibility, but also like
Select a
shooting
stage.
rather quickly.
Select a difficulty. You can obtain more powerful
Okay, real
weapons at
quick.
higher difficulty levels.
I have finished my snack, so I gotta throw something away real quick. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might also check my phone real quick. See what's going on there. Instagram, man. And it's just, it's completely devolved into like kind of what you would expect from people of various perspectives talking about whether or not Christianity should be the law of the land.
Going into combat.
Especially, you know, with the more so the tropes and extremes of each side being the prevailing arguments. Maybe not prevailing, but like the arguments being utilized the most, even though they're actually like the worst possible arguments.
This is Storm 3. The fortress is just too big. We can't stop it alone. This is HQ. We've ordered all Ranger teams targets in the area to your position. They should arrive there soon. This is Storm 3. Roger that.
I'm trying to get around to the back of this thing. What the... So I can get rid of that. Good grief. Okay, it's gone. Good.
The Ravager's four-legged fortress has launched a cannon attack. It is believed the whole of eastern Japan is within its attack range. Anyone in this area is advised to evacuate immediately.
But yeah, so like in my Instagram comments on these videos, I've got people claiming that, you know, oh, we should basically establish a theocracy because, you know, every other belief system is evil and perpetuating sin. I've got people who are basically making the opposite kind of argument where any sort of theocracy that has ever existed has committed equal if not worse atrocities. Therefore, such a thing should never be allowed. Such an establishment, I should say. And then there's maybe some people here and there coming in with some nuance and saying like, well, you know, both sides kind of have bad aspects to them. Because, yeah, there's people who do bad stuff in like every sort of religious group you can think of. So yeah, that kind of stuff in just like so many variations is what's going on in my Instagram comments, and it's pretty much solely on Instagram, not TikTok, not YouTube, not Facebook, all other places where these videos have been posted. Nope, just Instagram is where it's really heating up. Of course, like, Facebook, duh, it's not gonna happen there, because, like, who actually comes back to Reels that much on Facebook and pays attention to them for that long just to carry on a particular argument? Facebook people are generally there for other things. TikTok, I guess you could say people are generally there for other things as well. Not so much to argue as to just, you know, have an enjoyable time watching videos.
Fire! Follow the captain!
This is Ranger 43. We've caught up with the fortress. Initiate combat immediately.
Man, I can't even hit a bunch of the laser cannons on the walking fortress thingamajig because, like, it has shields that block those.
They're too big!
Okay, might have to get a little more serious about this here. This meaning the mission in general. But more specifically about getting rid of the enemies that directly surround me. Good thing I have tons of health, and these things don't do that much damage, relatively speaking.
This is Ranger 5-1. We caught up with the fortress. Attack the fortress. Storm 1, do your best to rendezvous with the Ranger teams.
So based on how things have shaken down in this game, and, you know, how they've referred to different groups, I'm assuming that I'm supposed to be part of Storm 1. And that most of the other teams that we sort of join up with throughout these missions are like Ranger or whatever. I apparently am out of range even for these missiles to hit the walking arm enemies.
Watch your back! Leave it to me, brother. Calm down.
We've got a lot of casualties here. The Ranger teams are getting hit hard.
That's it.
Still hanging in there, huh? Don't worry, we'll help you out. We'll join you.
Dang, lots of pickups over here.
What's going on, Ranger 47? Respond immediately. Ranger 8, do you copy? Ranger 8.
Funny how that one guy mentioned hitting these things with his eyes closed. I mean, with this weapon, I pretty much literally could hit these things with my eyes closed. All I gotta do is, you know, aim a little bit upward,
Everyone listen up. This operation is canceled.
load the weapon,
The fortress.
and fire away.
All other enemies in the area and withdraw from the area.
Less so with the sniper. And now I'm at the point of being more focused on picking up items than, you know, destroying more enemies.
They're headed this way. Come this way and I'll kill you.
Okay, that's probably, well,
Where's the ammo?
a little more armor over this way.
Let's go.
Oh, come
Right
on.
behind
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay. Guess that's all I'm getting from this mission. Stampede M1 grenade. Volcano 3A rocket launcher. AF-14 B3 assault rifle. And MMF-41 sniper. Those are all new.
Think long and hard about which weapons you'll take into battle. You can
What's the
only
next
take select a
mission?
mission.
Right, that one. So, not so much with missiles.
Choose
This
your
might actually
weapons.
not be a
You may
terrible
equip
one to
up
try
two
out a
weapons at
rocket.
once.
What does the Volcano 3A do? Triple-barreled rocket launcher that fires 3 small rockets simultaneously. Interesting. Could give that a shot, especially on easy. And then for the other weapon, I could try that new assault rifle that I got, maybe. Upgraded AF-14. Model fires 3-shot bursts in place of the full auto function. No recoil from rapid fire shots, so accuracy is unaffected. Range is also improved. Weapon has no auto fire. I could give it a shot.
Select a stage. Select a difficulty.
But let's
More
go.
powerful items will appear at higher difficulty levels.
Let's go with easy mode for that. And I just noticed the
Initiating
time.
operation.
I might actually want to wrap up the stream kind of soon. I've only got about 2 hours before I would kind of like to be going to bed.
It's those bugs again! I think they're attacking civilians! I'm going in! Let's go! Move! Yeah!
They're still...
Shotgun squad, get to the front.
Roger that, sir! Launchers, open fire!
Yes, sir.
Watch your back! Someone cover me, please!
Leave it to me, buddy.
I got one! You got it! I'm reloading! I'm out of ammo! The only way to human life.
This weapon is like literally what I think of as like, you know, the Halo battle rifle.
It's those giant bugs! They're coming out of that hole! Fire!
Okay, hole is gone.
This is
So if I
HQ.
really wanted to
Destroy
grind
this hole now. At this
for,
rate, this
you
city
know,
will be
weapons and
online.
armor and stuff, I could intentionally not get rid of the hole.
The ground is raised here. What the? We just found another hole!
We're going to blow up that hole. Let's go.
Yes, sir! Go, go, go! That's it. Just a little closer. Here they come! Somebody...
This is HQ. The aliens are coming out of holes that lead underground. Search out these holes and destroy them immediately. At this rate, the streets will be flooded by aliens. Move it.
I think I might have gotten rid of that hole already. Yep. Sweet.
Please help! Somebody help us, please!
Don't group up! Fan out! Bullseye!
That's it.
Look! They're about to open another hole!
We're going to destroy all entrances to that nest.
Like, I know I saw another armor pickup here. Where did it go?
They're coming this way! Too strong! Don't waste your bullet! They're coming! I understand! They're coming this way! Cover me! Just a little bit. I need ammo! Give me some! Sir! Yes, sir! I'm reloading! I've got someone in the back! Reloading! The enemy is out of range!
They're coming. Draw them in closer than fire.
That's it. So, a little closer.
A hole leading underground has been formed. Destroy it.
Move, move, move! Go, go, go!
Oh, and this last hole is the one with the spiders, isn't it? Of course, I say last. I assume it's the last because I only remember there being 4.
The Ravagers have deployed giant bugs around the world. The bugs are reportedly building nests underground and reproducing there. Nests have been discovered all across the world.
They're coming this way!
They're coming. Don't let your guard down.
That's it.
Coming.
Little closer. That's it. Just a little closer.
Don't be scared.
I need ammo. Give me some. Feed it to me.
Reloading! I got one! Someone cover the line! I'm reloading!
One enemy has been destroyed.
Somebody cover me.
All right.
I spilled all my bullets. Reloading.
I'm out of ammo.
Did we get rid of the hole already?
Got it! All I need!
Cover me. Yeah.
Seemingly not. Given that it looks like there are more spiders spawning. I didn't even remember seeing where the hole was, so it makes sense that we hadn't destroyed it yet. But now it's gone.
Stay in there. I want to go show them what the EDF is made of.
It's working.
Did you see?
I need ammo.
EDF!
Okay. That actually didn't take too long. I thought it would take longer than that. Oh well. That's still quite a bit of stuff I picked up. Bleh.
Select
Words.
a difficulty before starting a level. The harder the difficulty you attempt, the stronger the weapons you will receive. Choose your weapons. You may equip up to 2 weapons at once.
Okay, tell you what. I'm gonna go with... yeah, I forgot about this sniper here. New model MMF sniper rifle, weapon boasts improved overall performance and is equipped with a 6x zoom scope. The drawback is a slight decrease in accuracy, but only slight. It's still an A-. Tell you what, I'm gonna have that, and then my favorite assault rifle here for normal mode on this one. And then I've got what, nesting, Umbra, and artillery that I could maybe do.
Select a going into combat.
But honestly, I might just wrap up the stream after this particular mission, cause yeah,
It's those bugs again! I think they're attacking civilians! I'm going in! Let's go! Move!
Yeah! They're coming! Shotgun squad, get to the front! Yes, sir!
Launchers open fire!
the rate of fire on these snipers is terrible.
I can put these things in my eyes!
Somebody bravo!
But I can come in here and just straight up clean house with the AR. Good golly.
It's those giant bugs! They're coming out of that hole! Fire!
I actually think I might intentionally leave the hole there as long as I can and just like, you know, collect all the extra item drops from the other enemies.
Destroy that hole now. At this rate, the city will be overrun by them.
That's it. Just a little closer.
You like that? Die!
Oh, did it really stop
This is Scout 3.
spawning
The
those?
ground is raised here. What the? We just found another hole!
We're going to blow
Huh.
up that hole. Let's go.
I really expected that to keep going.
Go, go, go! We can't reach him from here! This way!
They're coming. Straight ahead.
Reload it! We can't reach him from here!
That's it. Just a little closer.
This is HQ. The aliens are coming out of holes that lead underground. Search out these holes and destroy them immediately. At this rate, the streets will be flooded by aliens. Move it.
Let them have it. It's sir. Yes, sir. Help me. Give me some ammo.
Watch your back!
Please help! Somebody help us, please!
Yes, sir. I'm hit. The enemy is out of range. I'm reloading. Cover me. I will defeat it. I'm reloading. Cover me.
Look! They're about to open another hole!
We're gonna destroy all entrances to that nest.
Let's move! They're headed over here! Come this way and I'll kill you!
That's it. Just a little closer.
They're coming! This way and I'll kill you!
Show them what the EDF is made of. Yes, sir. That's it. Just a little closer.
Yeah, I think this assault rifle could handle, like, just about anything on difficulties below hard.
Send them all to hell. Yes, sir. Let's show them how we do things around here. Yes, sir. I'm reloading. Someone cover me. All right, leave it to me.
Follow the captain!
A hole leading underground has been formed. Destroy it.
Move, move, move! Go, go,
Okay,
go!
the spiders could be a little more difficult, but still. I doubt they're going to be a ton of trouble, given just how easily the ants have been disposed of.
The Ravagers have deployed giant bugs around the world. The bugs are reportedly building nests underground and reproducing there. Nests have been discovered all across the world.
Good job. You're not dying before me!
Captain! Hang in there!
Thank you for coming. We will join your ranks, Storm One.
Yeah, dude there literally just said, "We will join your ranks, Storm 1." So I think it's safe enough to assume that I'm part of Storm 1 here.
I'm coming this way. That's it. Keep it up.
Give me some ammo.
How do you like that?
Okay, now we got some more spiders coming out of the ground.
Come on! The captain's dead! Storm 1, take command! Leave it to me!
Seemingly no big deal for me and this kind of overpowered for the difficulty level assault rifle.
Someone cover me!
Leave it to me, buddy. Damn it. They got one of us.
Ah, there are still more spawning. Okay, that could become a little bit of a problem with them being so close. Yeah, I don't know if the spiders are the best enemy type to try and just, you know, farm item drops from. I mean, I'm still not doing too bad. But, yeah, it's still kind of annoying. Okay, seems like there's only one left. I'm just gonna take another quick look around, see if there's any more weapon or armor drops in the vicinity. Seemingly not, so goodbye. Alrighty. I sure would hope that I got a lot out of that. Yeah, I'd say that's quite a bit. Oh, man.
Select your weapons before deployment. You can
Stamina's
carry
at
up to 2 weapons at
990.
once. The
I'm pretty
number
sure
of
I was
weapons
at
you can
like the
choose from
lower
is smaller
700s
first, but that will
when I
increase as you
started
select a
playing
stage.
this during the stream. That mission's kind of short though. And then it would clear all of them up to 18. So, you know what, fine.
Choose your weapons. You may equip up to 2 weapons at once.
What weapons do I want to use for this? Actually, for this specific mission, the ZE gun I think would be really good. Because they're just all up in your face right off the bat. And I'll keep it like that for normal.
Select a stage. Select a initiating
Easy mode, I
operation.
might go with some different weapons just for the sake of trying them out.
There's a whole army of them.
Oh yeah.
There's too many. We've been surrounded.
Look at all that alien destruction. Or that destruction of aliens.
This is Ranger 3. We're fighting those giant bugs and we've got 2 men down.
I'm out of ammo! Cover me! I will do it!
No more turrets. Sad day. Where the heck is that ant? I don't know. Oh, spiders, yay, fun.
Let's stamp out that scum and head back to the surface.
This is Ranger 48. We're surrounded. Need backup. This is HQ. We did not copy. Repeat. We're surrounded. Send backup now. Copy that. Help is on the way. This is Ranger 51. There are too many of them. Requesting permission to retreat. This is HQ. We can't hear you. Repeat your request. Ranger 51, requesting permission to pull out. Permission denied. Keep fighting. Damn it!
Okay, where are these enemies? Okay. I got one. There's another one. No other item drops that I'm currently interested in. Do. Okay. Turrets are available once more. I might as well just set them up around here. Let them do most of the work for me.
This just in. A large alien life form has been spotted in eastern Japan. Initial reports say the monster is over 120 feet tall and extremely powerful. The EDF has named it Valak and is preparing an attack on the creature.
I'm still not sure what she's saying there as far as what the EDF supposedly named that thing. Did she say they named it the Loch? As in, like, the Loch Ness Monster? Or is she saying they named it, like, Balak? As in, like, a name that appears in the Bible, or at least reminiscent of a name that appears in the Bible.
This is HQ. Operation canceled. Everyone withdraw from the area.
Okay. That wasn't too bad. And that was
Select your
normal
weapons
mode,
before
right?
deployment. Select
Yeah.
a stage.
Alright,
Choose
so
your weapons.
what weapons
You
can
may
I
equip
play
up to
around
2
with
weapons at once.
for easy mode? Might try, let's see here. Wide shot VR. Scatters rounds vertically, making it impossible to attack enemies on land and... Sorry, making it possible to attack enemies on land and in the air simultaneously. Interesting. Okay, and then... I'm still not inclined to try out any of these other special weapons. I might... I don't know if a grenade launcher is such a good idea in this situation. But also, like, I don't know if I have that many other options that I'm truly interested in. Multi-barreled grenade launcher for support fire. Fire several small grenades simultaneously. By aiming this weapon into the air, you can carpet bomb the enemy with grenades. Speed has been reduced to make shots arc more easily. Huh. Interesting. And those have the timed fuse that I don't really like. The UM3J and UM1J. Let me see about this Stampede M1, just for kicks.
Select a mission. Select a difficulty
Because,
going into
again,
combat.
it's easy mode.
Somebody cover our rear! Yes, sir!
There's a whole
And the enemies are already kind of too close
too many! We've been surrounded!
for the grenade launcher to be practical.
This is Ranger 3. We're fighting those giant bugs and we've got 2 men down.
Oh geez. I just noticed my max health is over 1,000.
The firepower is no reporting. We have a casualty.
Ooh,
Let's stamp out
that's
that scum.
actually
Get back
not
to the
too
surface.
bad.
This is Ranger 48.
But
Surrounded. Needs backup. This is HQ. We did not copy.
now that I'm getting enemies coming at me in multiple directions,
Surrounded. Send backup now.
this is looking a little difficult.
Copy that. Help is on the way.
And definitely would be awkward for any truly explosive type of weapon.
This is Ranger 51. There are too many of them. Requesting permission to retreat. This is HQ. We can't hear you. Repeat your request. Ranger 51, requesting permission to pull out. Permission denied. Keep fighting. Damn it!
So, you know, now kind of thinking about the dialogue that happens over the radio and whatnot, it seems like HQ is actually pretty well committed to, you know, stopping the underground nest here, right up until the point where basically Mechagodzilla comes around on the surface. And then they're like, oh, that might be a bigger fish to fry. Dang. I am kind of a fan of the way this grenade launcher fires, though. Kind of resembles some of the fireworks that just do the whole, like, they explode but then leave, like, you know, individual trails as they kind of fall down. Alright.
This just in. A large alien life form has been spotted in eastern Japan. Initial reports say the monster is over 120 feet tall and extremely powerful. The EDF has named it the Rock and is preparing an attack on the creature.
Or did she say it's called the Rock? Like, it's so hard to understand what this thing's actually supposed to be called. Especially when there are so many possibilities that sound similar to the sounds that I heard from the person speaking there.
This is HQ. Operation canceled. Everyone withdraw from the area.
Okay, well, I think I got everything I was interested in there. Alright. Not sure I picked up quite as much on the whole there, but whatever.
The harder the difficulty
Also,
you attempt,
how am I
the
only
stronger the weapons you will receive.
21% complete with these missions? I've completed 3 out of 5 of the difficulty levels
Select a
for the
stage.
first 18 missions. I'm not sure I even want to do the math on that. But anywho, yeah. I still don't know if I'm actually that much better equipped to handle
Choose your weapons.
the
You may
giant
equip up to 2 weapons at once.
red ants. But I know this weapon's really good. I'm just wondering what other weapon option would potentially be the next best. You know? In the little bits of breaks that I get, I would maybe have time to set up the ZE gun turrets. Or the other thing I could do is just like whenever the waves of ants initially come in, for each one I could just use the Prominence M1 here a few times and see how many that knocks out. I also haven't been using rockets. I hadn't even really thought to try the rockets. I mean, 280 damage per rocket. Range is 3,000 meters. So that's quite a ways. Doesn't give me a range on the Prominence M1. I don't know, whatever. I guess I can actually spend more time trying to figure that out whenever that, whenever I actually decide to attempt that mission next, which is not right now.
Select a location to
I'm
save
gonna
your
save, and then I think I'm
long
kind of
and
done
hard
with
about
this
which
for the
weapons you'll
night.
take into battle. You can only take 2
So.
with you, so it's a good
Yeah, I guess that'll do it for tonight's live stream. Hopefully, I'll see you soon for another. Either, well, this coming Thursday, I'll be playing more Earth Defense Force. Hopefully getting past Mission 21. Or whichever one it is with the red ants. And then next Saturday, I will be doing more Bible study. And probably going back to some Digimon Survive. After the Bible study is done there. But anyway. That's going to do it for now. You know all the different engagement stuff to do. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell. Comment. All that kind of stuff. Links for social medias are down in the description. So yeah. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you for something else soon. But whatever the case is, till next time, stay cool, everybody.